Ready for another edition of Warpaint TV? Brought to you by Cotman Transmission, Olathe, Kansas, 913-768-1555.
Are you ready for some real football?
Welcome back to Warpaint TV. Immediately following the Chiefs' big win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, Nick, it started off slow. The Chiefs weren't getting any pressure on Bowman. The Jaguars scored on 4 possessions. It wasn't until Romeo Crennel decided to blitz the house before they were able to, put some pressure on Bowman and force that interception to DJ. Do you think the Chiefs will have to keep blitzing more to be successful as the season progresses?
I think they have to. I mean, it's really disappointing in the first half because Romeo wasn't aggressive. I mean, we've talked all off season about Javier Arenas and his ability to blitz. He finally was able to do that in the second half. DJ makes the big pick, which really changed the game. Todd Bowman after that had happy feet. He was never comfortable in the pocket again. The Chiefs continued to put pressure on him. Unlike what you saw a week ago when they were up on him, they didn't put the hammer down. Defensively, they did in the second half, but that first half worries me. You only rush 4, you don't blitz. The lack of aggression is a huge problem. This defense is yet, San Francisco, San Diego, Cleveland, I think 3 complete games. But they've been half teams since. Indianapolis, I give them credit for, all 4 quarters. They just got worn out of the final drive against the Colts. But Romeo Crennel knows that he's not going to get pressure outside of Tamba Hali from anybody on that defensive line other than to occupy space in the middle so the linebackers and safeties and corners can come. They have to. Eric Berry, again, struggled in the first half. 2 bogus pass interference penalties, one on him and also the other one on Brandon Carr. That set up 14 points. I don't think people really understand that. You take those 14 points away from the 20 points, and this is a complete blowout. And the Chiefs were able to come back. But, again, they've got to be aggressive. He's got to trust that secondary. He's got to live and die with them all season long.
You had the opportunity to talk to Brandon Carr in the locker room after the game. How does he feel about the refs? Does he feel like it's been fair? Or does he feel like, what's Brandon Carr's attitude? You had a chance to talk to him, Nick.
I think all of them are really upset. I asked Brandon Flowers as well, hey, do you think they're picking on you? And he goes, no. And he took the company line as he should because he doesn't want to get fined. But the point is they're playing well. They're being aggressive. They've had 3 terrible pass interference penalties go against them, but you know what? They kept playing strong. They made some plays, and they stepped up when they had to in the second half, and thank God they did.
We'll be right back after a brief message from our good friends at Cotman Transmission.
My experience at Cotman was phenomenal.
They worked on my car while I waited. I was in and out in maybe 30 minutes.
When you're dealing with your car, you drive it every day. You need someone that you can trust to work on it.
It's a good experience.
I'm a Cotman customer for life.
I trust Cotman.
He's my Cotman man, and he keeps me rolling along.
All right, let's talk about Dwayne Bowe. He's last 2 games in a row now. We talked about him after the Colts game. It wasn't looking good. He's looking like that #1 draft pick that we got out of LSU.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him. I mean, he really took it to heart against the Colts. I mean, that could have been a game they won, and he had a stellar game against Houston, terrible secondary. Had a great game today. I mean, his first touchdown was a thing of beauty. Again, kind of like what he did a week ago. He caught the ball in open space. He made the plays. He's so physically strong that he can break tackles in the secondary today for the Jaguars was on the second touchdown. I mean, it was just a blown coverage. So Dwayne Bowe, I don't think he's going to be that elite wide receiver. I don't think he's going to be an all-pro at this point in his career, but he's carrying this offense right now because outside of him, they really don't have anything else other than Dexter McCluster. He got hurt today, so I don't know what his availability is going to be for Buffalo. But they're going to have to keep running the ball, keep focusing. Again, Matt Castle, another strong game. So right now, the Chiefs are sitting pretty because Matt Castle and Dwayne Bowe offensively, plus that running game, is more than enough to outscore, I think, the remaining opponents the Chiefs have.
Okay, the Chiefs 4-2, got Buffalo Bills coming to town. They're 0-6. Evidently, they just lost a close game in overtime. What's it going to take to, take care of Buffalo next week?
I can't take them for granted. I think their passing game is a lot better than what we saw against Jacksonville and Todd Bowman. I think Chan Gailey's going to have a chip on his shoulder coming into Kansas City, and he's going to say, "Hey, I want revenge. I got kicked out of Arrowhead. I got kicked out of Todd Haley's coaching staff. He's going to say, I want revenge." This is going to be the hardest game of the season for the Chiefs to play because they gave Baltimore a better defensive team, I think potentially a better offensive team, certainly good special teams. At home, they really took them to the woodshed for overtime. So I think this game coming up on Sunday, the Chiefs are going to have to play a far better game for 4 quarters than they did today.
You heard it here first from Chiefs insider Nick Athen. Once again, I'm Shane Williams with Warpaint TV. Until next week, keep it right here at warpaintillustrated.com.
Don't miss another edition of Warpaint Illustrated the magazine. To get your subscription today, call 888-979-0979. That's 888-979-0979, or check out warpaintillustrated.com.